how I like to do it. And remember, it's all about your taste, so it's how it comes down to what's good for you. So I start my beans ahead of time, and I do 24 hours of water with salt and pepper soak in the beans. Okay. Now you can just as easy go and buy beans already cooked. I like to do it. I think it's more flavor. It just gets in there a lot better. After I do that, I cook my beans overnight. Just a really low cook. I do it in my crock pot, so everything's kept nice and moist. No big water loss. Once it's done, there's one of the beans right here. Nice and soft. Got flavor to it. It's good. Okay. It's got everything that bean should. I can taste a little bit of the pepper. I can taste a little bit of the salt. Not to where it's salty, but just so I can get the flavor of the bean. Okay. So now that we got that started, I started chopping up a little bit of peppers, just little mini bells. I've got red, orange, and yellow in there. Nice little festive color. Obviously that's color down the road, and that's taste for now. So I made sure I did not get rid of all the seeds, because I do want a little heat transferred into the rest of the meat and everything. So what else I'm going to do with that is a little onion in there to go along with that, so those can start to cook. Now, you've heard me say it before, I love bacon. And I've got my reserved bacon grease that I'm going to throw in there just a little bit, just to make sure these get started. Now, if you're nervous about working with knives, so just doing this simple stuff, one of my classes will be all about knives. Okay? All about what's best to use in what situation, and how to use it without chopping your fingers off. Now, is that to say I've never cut myself? Of course I have. 20 plus years in the industry, and it's going to happen. Usually on silly mistakes when I'm not paying attention. And that's when most mistakes happen. It's just when you're not really thinking about it. Okay? So, get some heat going on that. Okay, I'm just doing about a medium heat. Give it a little salt. Give it a little pepper. Yum yum. And a little bit of reserved bacon grease. It's about time to cook up some more bacon. All gets in there, all that goes. Okay. So, just make sure that's nice and mixed around a little bit there. Okay. So that's started. So, a couple different ways to start this again. I'm going to use a tomato sauce instead of just tomatoes. Okay? It's what I had handy. And, when you're cooking for your family and you don't necessarily get everything at the store, or you use it for something else, guess what? Substitutions. We've got other things in the pantry that will work. Why not use them, right? Okay. Okay. I do have canned diced tomatoes. I'll just put that right there so you can see it. Obviously it doesn't matter what brand. Often I like buying the ones with the pepper or jalapeno peppers already in them. Great flavor. around. Also gonna put some of the other spices, just some of the early spices in there. A little garlic, a little paprika because I love that pepper taste, and it's gonna help our color later on too. See that? Now, these are obviously going to cook for a long time because chili is a long time cook. You know, it's not so you can do it in 30 minutes, but the difference in taste you're going to have from that 30-minute cook to something you do for a couple hours, you know, it's just night and day. And one of the great things about chili is you get all your ingredients there, you set it in your crock pot, go to work, come back, you got some bomb-ass chili. You know, it's going to be all those flavors soaking together at low heat. Oh man, it's awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna do beef. I got some ground beef ready in the fridge, and I'm gonna do just some regular sausage, pork sausage. Okay. Now, again, this is what I had handy. You know. So I'm just going to take this whole thing here, and I'm going to take it in little bits, okay? It's little bite-sized pieces. Okay, have that ready. It's going to be, well, actually, we can go ahead and put that in right now. Now that's just going to kick up those veggies. Don't lose anybody there. Best way to clean your cutting board with a knife. Of course, you always want to keep it clean ahead of time in between cooking, but while you're doing it, use what you got right there, right? Why not? Okay, so we got that getting awesome. Alright, so now those peppers cooked a little dry with just a little bit of reserve bacon grease. Now we're going to get that good pork grease in there coming down from the sausage. Really going to wet everything up a little bit. Okay, and I'm actually going to cover that real quick. Okay, ready to go. Alright. Now, as that's going, I'm going to use my crock pot, because why not? I got the beans in there already. So, I'm just going to turn this right back up. I've got a bean chili button, but not everyone does, you know. Put it on whatever cook you're going to do. If you want to do a 6-hour, 8-hour, 10-hour cook, you know, I think that's the best way to go. This was just handy. This is my little Instant Pot. Quick, easy to use. I'm going to get rid of a little bit of the juice out of the tomatoes. Because again, I want that natural bit of juice coming, not so much water. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put in my tomato sauce. I'll just start with half. See how that shapes up a little bit. Okay, now you can get a look at this over here. Okay, so just mixing that right in, okay? Now this is the time you want to get your herbs, okay? Everyone's afraid of herbs. You got that spice rack that your aunt and uncle gave you that you've never used, and you have no idea what goes with what unless it says pizza topping on it, okay? What I'm going to do is I want a little rosemary, a little thyme, do a little oregano, because why not? Okay, let's get those started. Now you don't want to go crazy, just get a nice little film on top there. So I'm just gonna, there we go. Thyme just really brings in a gooder flavor. Same with the rosemary, it'll brighten it up a little bit. Okay. Now, if you're wondering some of the best ways to use this, I could say go get a book, but I'd gladly tell you myself. On one of my classes, we can spend time going over that. Okay. So these are getting, oh yeah. I mean, that's the word, oh yeah. Okay. Dump it in there. Make sure you want all that flavor that's getting on the bottom. Okay. You want to keep that all on there. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but when I buy meat, I separate it up, okay, put it into portions for meals, okay? That way when you look in the fridge, you know, it basically makes a lot less throwaway. You can keep what you're using because you just freeze everything else, okay? We're just going to break that up in there. Now, I like two things about chili. I like the softness, but I also want some texture. So what I'm going to do on this one is I have a can of cooked beans. Okay? So I'm going to throw this in. Those other beans are nice and soft. These are nice and firm. So you have a little bit different texture going on when you put them together. I'm actually going to rinse them off a little bit. I don't want that that preservative syrup. Okay. Let's put that right in there. You can see we got our base ingredients going. We've got onions, we've got peppers, we've got sausage, we've got beef, we've got beans. We got our bean and tomato over here. So that's good. I'm going to add them together and I'm going to set that crock pot down for a few hours. And we'll come back and we'll see what it looks like afterwards. Okay? Okay, we're back. And we've already gone to our ballet class. And now we're back and our chili. We can't wait to try it.
I'm going to taste this.
Okay, if you can take a look at that over there. Oh man. Nice. Thick. It smells great. Oh, you're gonna get to smell it right in your bowl, honey. Okay. Check that out right there. So good. Now, in this house, we like our crackers.
And
So we're gonna put those right in there. We got our
I
spoon.
got that. I'm gonna crunch it.
We got our spoon ready right here. Okay, and now the last little bit. You know, who doesn't like cheese? We got a nice little cheese sauce here. And here's our little taster. Little bite. And here we go. Glue on it. Took a big old bite in your mouth. What do you think? Is that good enough? Is it spicy?
No.
No, not too spicy? Alright, well it's just right for her.